Hey, it's Alyssa with Lawsuit Tracker, a little Suboxone update. So according to the American Medical Association, the FDA plans to adjust the wording about maximum dosage recommendations for medications like Suboxone that have buprenorphine in them. If I butchered that, I do apologize. The organization believes the current phrasing may confuse prescribers about what dosage they can recommend to patients. And while this may increase accessibility for patients who are in treatment for opioid addictions, it may also raise the risk of Suboxone-related dental decay. If you don't know, there is currently an ongoing federal lawsuit against the manufacturers Indivior of the Suboxone brand films, specifically is what this lawsuit looks at. And it looks at different dental damage that is allegedly caused by the use, and it's a failure to warn / product liability litigation. Main injuries are severe tooth decay, tooth loss, oral infections, cracked teeth, gum disease. There's a full list on our website at lawsuittracker.org. You can read more about it and see if you qualify. This is out of the U.S. District Court, Northern District of Ohio, and it's MDL number 3092. You can look that up on the official websites yourself if you'd like to read that as well. With this litigation, we get a couple of questions. So number one is who qualifies to file a Suboxone lawsuit. That can get a little bit tricky right now with the statute of limitations. With it being a federal lawsuit, anybody can, like anyone in the U.S. can join it, but the statute of limitations goes based off of your specific state. Kentucky, for example, is a 1-year statute. However, some states have a discovery rule, but that's getting dicey. See if you qualify, speak with an intake specialist or an attorney, and see if your case has merit. And then a couple things that you'll need to participate is proof of prescription and use. It must have been your prescription of Suboxone, and this is before June of 2022, and that you used the drug for at least 6 months prior to incurring the dental injuries. Proof of the injuries, so medical or dental records must show a qualifying injury like tooth erosion, tooth loss, extractions, things like that. Proof of failure to warn, so patient must have not received a warning of the risk of dental injuries before taking the drug. Because it didn't exist on the packaging before June of 2022, most people using it before then qualify. And then most law firms are not taking people with a past history of using methamphetamines, and that is only because methamphetamine is also known to cause tooth decay, so it's very hard to prove that it was the Suboxone, not the methamphetamine. But other drugs that people have used, other opioids, are allowed. Heroin, for example, is a common one that we'd seen. And then what damages can people sue Suboxone manufacturers for? So a big one is current and future medical expenses. So Suboxone patients may be entitled to compensation for medical costs, dental treatment, surgical interventions, and procedures, as well as expenses related to follow-up care and maintenance. If you've ever had any issues with your teeth, I don't need to be the one to tell you how unbelievably expensive that can be, so that's going to be a huge one. Certain loss of income and loss of future earning capacity. If the injuries required time off from work related to treatments and recovery or impacted future earnings, you may be able to secure damages related to lost wages. There's also that whole social aspect. If you're missing teeth, I'd spoken personally to some people that were, hairdressers for a long time or worked in real estate. Some were like ASL interpreters, and they're like, because of the dental damage, I had to quit my job. I couldn't be out in society comfortably and interacting with the public. Of course, pain and suffering, permanent disability or disfigurement. If you would like to know more, again, please check out our website at lawsuittracker.org, and please feel free to leave any questions in the comments. Thanks.